Nigerian men will embarrass you. Sister, Nigerian men will embarrass you. Yeah, so welcome to part two. Thank you so much for watching the first episode. If you haven't, kindly watch the first episode. But thank you for clicking on this video today. You're welcome. For those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. For those who have subscribed, thank you so much. So when I enter this plane, I get in. So I'm looking for the numbers. I think it was 28D or something. I can't remember, or A. So when I enter, there is two seats at the very last part of the economy class. So there is this economy class. After the economy class is like the kitchen of the flight of the plane. So I'm confused if it's the last, because my seat was the last seat on the plane, the last one at the window. Then there's so I wasn't sure, because the way they've written the numbers, you can't know. It's not easy to know. For me, it wasn't easy to know if it's supposed to be the seat that's before the last one, or the last one. So, but for the seat before the last one, there was someone seated on the window, and then there's space here. There's space. He was Chinese. The Chinese guy is seated on the window, and then there's a seat here on the next one. So in my head, I'm like, I was almost sure that's my seat. I don't know, for some reason. So I'm like, I was very close to tell that Chinese guy, hi. There's a way those numbers were written. That's why I got confused. I couldn't see the one at the end. The one at the end was written on top of the seat of the one ahead. So it looks like I'm supposed to sit on the seat ahead. That's why I miscalculated. I'm so near to telling this Chinese guy, hi, excuse me, my ticket says I'm supposed to sit on 28A or D, and you're seated on my seat. I'm so near of that. Then I look at the rest of the plane, and there's no one that's entering. It's like I'm the last one that was not seated. Because I entered the plane among the last people, because I was waiting for the lady, for the air host. I don't know. She works at the airport. I was waiting for her to bring me like the new reservation ticket, the new flight number or seat number. You get it, right? Yeah. I was waiting for her to give me the new ticket. So I realized, did this Chinese even have a neighbor? No, he didn't have a neighbor. So I realized there's no one else, and on the last seat there's this guy who's seated there, but then the window seat is not occupied. Then I was sure, yeah, this is my seat. I was almost telling this Chinese guy to move from my seat, like, excuse me, nigga. No, he can't be nigga, because he's white. Excuse me, Chinese, get out of my seat. Get out. Don't you know how to read numbers? Excuse me, bruh. What you saying, bruh? What you need, bruh? What's bothering you? So I see this on the last seat. It's not occupied, the window seat. So that's at that point I'm sure that's my seat. So I go and sit down. So I tell this guy, he's a huge guy. He's tall, and then he's muscular. I told him, not very muscular. It's like, there's muscular, like really a lot of muscles. No, he wasn't like that, but he's big and tall. I can see that. So I tell him to move. First of all, I'm wondering, why the hell would you be seated like you want to sleep and the plane is not yet taking off? Like, don't you know there's someone else that can? Yani, it was really annoying. The first encounter, and it's annoying. I was just like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna go. And let me tell you, Mina. This guy was really boring and disturbing. He's Nigerian. I don't have anything against Nigerians, but this one was just Okay, so I get in. Then this guy is first of all he takes socks. There was like before before not before but in front of it on the seat on the seat ahead of him there's those pockets. So he gets some socks, he wears them, he was wearing slides and then he puts them on his slides. So he's not the only Nigerian in the flight. Apparently there are like 15. There are like 15 Nigerians. There's him. There, there are other two seated on the middle aisle. There are other like four on the other side. And let me tell you, at some point, there's one Nigerian who was arguing with a white lady. I think that lady is Brazilian. They started arguing. I think it was when we were entering before the flight took off, or during the flight. They were arguing. I was like, not all Nigerians are bad. Some are really cool. Some are really, really cool, but when you find the stubborn Nigerian men, they're very stubborn. Very, in my opinion, because this one was just trouble, and stress. First of all, he wants to sleep the whole time, and he wants to sleep the whole time. There's at this point the okay. The wind has decided it wants to enter this chat, this video. Yes. So this guy, the air hostess was passing. So I think she hadn't started serving us because it looks like this is after some time now. The flight has started going, and we are flying. So there's this time the air hostess, they've started serving people at the front because they are moving from the front to the back. So it looks like something had ended in her those very large trolleys that carry food. So looks like something had ended. So she's going to the kitchen. I've told Al that the kitchen was like behind me literally. There was a hard wall and then the kitchen. So this air hostess is passing. She's going to pick something. She's not yet reached our seat. This Nigerian guy picks a bottle from the air hostess's tray without permission. I'm like, excuse me, I know we're not in a hospital, but you're supposed to be patient. You're supposed to be patient. Because he was acting like he had paid 3 times what other people had paid. First of all, he's very impatient. Let me not rant. Okay. Now I'm ranting. So this guy is very important. I started seeing the red flags. The red flags for this guy, and I'm like, hey, this is an intolerant human being. So he does that the first time. The second time, so this else reaches us. I haven't told you. He picked that bottle. It's a glass bottle with some liquid. I didn't know what the liquid was, but I'll tell you later what that liquid was. So he picks this bottle and then he takes it, puts it in his not in his, but on the seat in front. There's that place you can put. He puts it in front on the seat in the middle. There was no one in the middle. There were 3 seats, but it was I on the window, him on the aisle. So he puts that bottle that is taken from the hostess, puts it in there, puts it in that car, in that pocket on the seat of the plane. So I'm like, why did you pick it if you're not going to drink it? And why did you pick it if it's not at your time? Can't you be well behaved at least? You're on a flight. So he does that and I'm like, okay. The second time, this air hostess finally reaches us. So he, just like nothing happened, he takes everything, all the food, he takes it, he's cool. Takes the second bottle of the same liquid. At this point I'm wondering, is this guy picking vinegar? Because you can get vinegar or in like a glass bottle. So I'm wondering, this guy is picking vinegar. I didn't know what that liquid was. He sips a little bit, puts it, puts this in the second bottle. This is the second bottle. He's putting it in that bag. I'm wondering what's wrong with this guy. Then he takes those two bottles, puts puts them in his bag, in his personal bag. At this point, I am like, don't embarrass your country people. You're embarrassing your fellow Nigerians. Are you this? I don't know. I don't have a word for you, but you're embarrassing. This is an embarrassment. You're embarrassing. So he takes these two other bottles and puts them in his bag. At this point, I'm like, okay. Okay. And then at this later, so there's two other two two other Nigerian people in the three other Nigerian people in the middle aisle, and then there's like four others on the other aisle. So one of these other Nigerian guys had uh, didn't have passengers on the other two seats, and there are three seats every aisle. So he laid across the seat, and he was sleeping almost the whole time. Like, I'm wondering, because the flight from Ethiopia to Sao Paulo is approximately 12 hours 30 minutes. Yeah, 12 hours, 12 hours 30 minutes, 12 hours 40 minutes. Almost the whole time this Nigerian guy is sleeping. When they wake up, they start talking. I think they were talking about something, I can't remember. But that's not the problem. The other problem was that one of these other Nigerian guys, uh, there was this guy with how do I say, with a tablet. So this guy with a tablet, he was white. This guy with a tablet was watching something. So one of these other Nigerian guys uh, start watching with him on the same tablet. They don't know each other. They're meeting on the plane for the first time. One of these Nigerian guys is very inquisitive. He wants to learn what the other white person is watching, and I'm like, so you've never seen ordinary tablets? You want to watch with this other person? I'm sorry for using white because I'm trying to like show you he's not Nigerian. They've not met before. Ha! This point I was like, okay, Nigerians are very, they own the world. The rest of us are servants. Okay, that's not enough. So they served us like 3 rounds of food on this plane. Every time he was taking this bottle, one time he went to the kitchen and took another bottle, came with it. Now this time he was drinking. At this point, I'm really concerned what this bottle is. So on one of these rounds, I asked the air hostess, "What is this?" It's like, "This is wine." So I was like, "Okay, so this guy has been siphoning wine from Ethiopian Airlines all this time. He's storing it so that he can go drink it somewhere else. My problem is not him drinking wine. My problem is, why do you have to take so many bottles? Are you drinking for the whole plane? Take what is enough. The rest leave them. I beg, leave them for later. Leave them for later now. I won't finish anything. You don't finish everything. Abi. One thing you know, no, you know, Sabi. And then, now that's not the problem. So, now on the on the because I was seated on the window, there's like, you could I can control the light intensity of that is getting into the plane through my window. So I have an option of making the window darker, more bluish. So if it's more bluish, it doesn't allow more light to come in. So for some reason, when we reached, I'm guessing it's stratosphere or thermosphere. It was really bright. It wasn't really bright, but it was okay because there were clouds. Clouds are white. The sky blue, so it's light. It's not very dark. What what the problem was when we reached this place? It was okay. I didn't tamper with the control system of my window, but when it reached this place, when you are going, I think you were really high, not really really high, but really high on the atmosphere. Okay, so all the windows in the plane went dark, went dim, so that the plane is like it's at night, but it's not at night. It's like really dark. It looks like it's at night. Yeah. So I decided I want to see outside. I don't want this bluish window. I did not reschedule my window ticket. I almost lost my flight. Now I'm talking like a Nigerian. I do want to. Let's continue. I beg. So in my head I'm like, I did not reschedule my flight ticket for me to sit near a blue window. I want to see the clouds. I want to feel the sky. You get it? So mm, I decide, just because the plane or the pilot or whoever it is decided to make all the windows dark and make the plane dark. I am not everyone. I am allowing light to enter my window. My only stress was that if I allow light to enter using this window, my window would like bring light so that people would be seeing light is coming from my window. But it didn't bother me so much because I paid probably more expensive than some people in the flight, because it depends with your agent. I had paid a lot of money for that. So I adjust the window to allow more light to get in, because me I want to see the sky. This Nigerian guy has the audacity to tell me to reduce the light coming in from the window. I think he said he wanted to sleep. Excuse me, sir, do I have your eyes? If you want to sleep, sleep now. That is why the airplane has given you those two eye closers, or whatever they're called. Those things you put in your eye if you want to sleep on the plane. That is if you don't want to see light, close them. Close your eyes. Close your eyes if you don't want to see the light. This guy has the audacity. Mm, has the audacity to tell me to reduce my light. Does he think I'm stupid to allow more light to get in? Of course I allowed more light to get in because I want more light to get in. But for him, I was really annoyed. You've taken more wine than you should. You want me to reduce my light. Did I stop you from taking your wine? I'm telling you, when we alighted this plane, I was like, thank God I'm never going to see this man ever again in my life. Ah, he was very annoying. Very annoying. This guy was very annoying. Anyway, so we fly. I think there was a lot of others. I think I was really bored with him, so the whole time I was just like. Anyway, I reduced the light, but then he began sleeping after some time. I returned the window back to settings because you're sleeping. If you're sleeping, why should my light affect you? If it affects you, put those things they put on the eye. The guy was really annoying. I was just really annoyed. And there's something else he did. I can't remember, but it was to our air hostess. I think he called her in some very inappropriate way. It was like, Nigerian men will embarrass you. Sister, Nigerian men will embarrass you. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. They might though. Stay safe. Um, mm, yeah, so that's basically it. Then we arrived. I wanted to do a TikTok on the plane, so I did a TikTok on the plane. It didn't do so well. Only the first one did well. The one where I used Peru, para. Why you won't want me? Why you won't want me? I'm in San Francisco jamming. That the TikTok with that sound really did well. But this other one for look for a passport. Uh, it's on my TikTok. What was I saying? I was telling people to look for a passport. When they get a white person, they just fly because they already have a passport. So they just fly abroad. Yes, so that's it up to that's the flight process up to when I reach Sao Paulo. So I will in another video I will be doing now what happened at the airport, because at the airport is where I had the most stress throughout this journey when I arrived in Sao Paulo. I'll tell you all about it in the next video. I don't want this video to be too long. But thank you so much for watching it up to here. Subscribe for those who haven't. Thank you for those who have. Bye. Thank you for watching.